Have The Simpsons done it again? Could one of the world's most chaotic animated families have already predicted what's coming to the United States in 2026? From political shakeups to economic turbulence to disturbing technological breakthroughs, the eerie coincidences keep piling up. But what if these aren't coincidences? What if The Simpsons have left behind clues hidden across decades, foreshadowing what could unfold in America's near future? Well, today we're diving deep into the most shocking, most alarming, and most talked about Simpsons predictions for the year 2026. Some of these are fun, some of them are creepy, and some might be too close to reality for comfort. But before we dive into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button and support this channel. Your likes, shares, and comments help us keep uncovering the stories others are too afraid to talk about. Alright, now let's explore what The Simpsons may have already told us about America 2026. When people talk about The Simpsons predicting the future, they almost always mention the episode where Donald Trump becomes president. That one prediction alone changed the entire way people viewed the show. But buried inside other episodes people barely noticed at the time, are hints about the 2026 political landscape. 1. A mysterious female president. In multiple Simpsons episodes, the U.S. is shown being led by a female president after a major national crisis. Lisa Simpson herself becomes president when the country faces an economic collapse caused by the administration before her. In her briefing, she says the nation is facing unprecedented chaos. Now here's where it gets eerie. America in 2026 will be in the middle of another presidential transition. The political landscape is more divided than ever, and The Simpsons repeatedly depict 2024, 2026 as years of political turmoil leading to a leadership change unlike anything before. While the show uses Lisa Simpson as symbolism, fans believe she represents a reformist, a technocrat, a calm figure rising from chaos. Is that a prediction that the 2026 period will bring a political shift no one sees coming? Many conspiracy theorists think so.
1600. Sweet. Excellent question. Yes, I am proud to be America's first straight female president. Helen?
Wasn't I wearing a hat?
Yes, you were. Now, in conclusion, my administration will focus on the 3 R's. Reading, writing, and refilling the ocean. Thank you very much. As you know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump. How bad is it, Secretary Van Houten?
We're broke.
The country is broke? How can that be?
Well, remember when the last administration decided to invest in our nation's children? Big mistake.
The Balanced Breakfast program just created a generation of ultra-strong supercriminals.
And midnight basketball taught them to function without sleep.
What about my pledge to build the world's largest bookmobile? Isn't there any money left for that?
No, and we borrowed from every country in the world.
Though, especially because The Simpsons often frame 2026 as a year where the country is trying to recover from a huge political storm. In one iconic scene, Lisa inherits a broken country with huge debts. We see charts of national bankruptcy, and her aides tell her, "We're broke." The country is broke. While fictional, real-life economists have said the U.S. could face major financial issues by mid-2020. So was this just satire or early predictive programming? The idea that America faces a financial correction by 2026 lines up with numerous Simpsons references to mass inflation, government spending crisis, rising taxes, and a major national financial turning point. The parallels are uncanny. The Simpsons didn't just predict politics. They have predicted technology repeatedly. Smartwatches, video calls, AI assistants, autocorrect mistakes, robots in everyday life. But what they hinted at for 2026 might be even bigger. In the episode Treehouse of Horror XX, a highly advanced AI system takes over decision-making for the Simpsons' home. Another episode shows robots controlling all public services. And in a third, humans live side by side with full-range AI helpers. What many people overlook is that The Simpsons placed this technological era around 2025-2026 inches, several timelines. Given the explosive rise of AI in real life between 2023 and 2025, many believe the show subtly predicted that AI will become fully integrated. Robotics will automate jobs. Smart homes will become almost self-aware, and the US will face a major debate about AI regulation. Some fans even believe The Simpsons predicted an AI meltdown or malfunction around 2026 due to a Halloween special where AI rebels. Dramatic? Yes. Impossible? Not anymore. Years before Apple Vision Pro was announced, The Simpsons featured characters wearing identical AR/VR devices. In 2026, many analysts expect a new wave of virtual reality-based industries. Entertainment, education, and even workplaces may shift heavily toward VR. The Simpsons repeatedly show holograms, VR classrooms, VR dating, VR shopping, and full VR addiction during mid-2020 episodes. Coincidence or warning? Fans often point to the episode Trumptastic Voyage, where Homer sees a stock market crash in the background during a Trump presidency. But few notice the background detail inside another episode titled Bart to the Future. The US economy is shown to be devastated, overtaxed, with huge national debt, and struggling to recover. And in that imaginary timeline, the worst part of the economic decline happens right before the Lisa presidency era, which fans equate with post-2024. Analysts familiar with Simpsons predictions believe the show may have foreshadowed a U.S. housing market crash, another recession around 2026, a crisis involving corporate monopolies, a new wave of unemployment caused by automation. The most shocking detail? In one episode, financial screens show a collapse date listed as 2026. Most viewers never caught it. Whether intentional or not, it has fueled speculation that a correction or crash could hit the country around that year. The Simpsons have a long list of disaster predictions. A massive winter storm, a nuclear plant explosion, solar flares, hurricanes, and worldwide tsunamis. But one prediction stands out when talking about 2026. 1. The mysterious Great Storm of 26. In one episode, Lisa reads a future newspaper with the headline, The Great Storm of 26, America Stunned. This newspaper appears for only a second, almost like an Easter egg. It describes nationwide power outages, supply chain interruptions, major infrastructure damage, and states of emergency declared across the country. The writers never explain it. They never return to it. It's just there. Fans have interpreted this as everything from a mega hurricane to a catastrophic winter event to a solar storm to a national infrastructure failure. Given how vulnerable the US grid is and how solar storms have been trending stronger, this tiny detail suddenly feels ominous. The solar storm theory. In a Halloween episode, the skies erupt in a strange solar phenomenon that wipes out all electronics. Scientists today warn about the possibility of a Carrington-level solar storm. And the fact that The Simpsons depicted this exact scenario has created a cult theory that 2026 may involve a solar flare-related technology blackout. In the 2015 episode Lemon of Troy, there's a quick frame of a future shop window with a sign reading, "Out of food until 2026." At the time, it was a joke about shortages. But in the 2020 seconds, followers of the show began reevaluating this. Why? Because the US has faced food supply disruptions, shipping bottlenecks, farming shutdowns, climate-related agricultural losses, and fertilizer shortages, all within a short period. The idea that The Simpsons referenced food scarcity connected to 2026 has now become one of the most viral theories online. It suggests rising food prices, temporary shortages, supply chain issues, and heavy rationing. Not total collapse, but enough scarcity to become a national concern. Again, the writers used humor, but the timeline matched eerily with real-world risks. The Simpsons frequently portray America in the future as deeply divided. By 2026, multiple episodes show red versus blue states becoming practically different countries, civil tension rising, mass protests, cultural collapse, and new competing political factions. In the day the Earth stood cool, Springfield splits into two extreme social groups, one hyper-progressive, one ultra-traditional. Many viewers interpret this as a symbolic prediction of the U.S. facing intensified polarization by 2026. Political scientists have been warning of exactly this pattern. The Simpsons dramatize it with humor, but the protests, the culture wars, the division imagery, and the breakdown of unity all align eerily well with America's real trajectory. This one sounds insane, but The Simpsons have constantly hinted at extraterrestrial revelations, alien abductions, alien presidents, government cover-ups, secret agencies, UFO testing sites, and an alien species, Kang and Kodos, that appears every year. In one episode, the US government finally admits aliens exist, and it shocks the entire nation. In recent years, the US government has begun releasing UFO-related information, something that was unimaginable when these Simpsons episodes aired. Timelines in Simpsons future prediction stories often converge at 2026, leading fans to believe this may be the year. More classified documents get released, a major UFO disclosure happens, or an alien-related news event breaks. Even if symbolic, The Simpsons have repeatedly linked mid-2022 America with an extraterrestrial revelation. One of the most viral Simpsons predictions is the robot uprising. Robots replacing workers, robots malfunctioning, robots turning on society, and surprisingly, they date this dystopian event around 2025-2026 inches, several episodes. With AI and robotics advancing at unprecedented speed, this theory exploded online. Some believe 2026 will be the year of mass automation. Millions of jobs will change. The US may face a major workforce restructuring, and humans may become heavily dependent on AI systems. The Simpsons portray this in a comedic, exaggerated way, but the themes, automation, anxiety, job replacement, AI mistakes hit closer to reality every year. The Simpsons predicted private companies launching rockets, commercial space travel, billionaires competing for space dominance, years before Musk, Bezos, Branson, and NASA made headlines. In one episode set in the future, Homer witnesses the first civilian Mars colony. The timeline is shown vaguely, but fans believe it points toward mid-2022. In reality, NASA plans major Artemis missions leading up to 2026. Private companies are preparing for Mars tests. SpaceX is targeting the late 2022 for Mars flights. Simpsons prediction? Or clever guess? Either way, America's space race will reach a crucial peak in 2026, and The Simpsons illustrated this decades ago. From predicting Super Bowl winners to star athlete scandals, The Simpsons have an odd track record with sports. Fans uncovered a small detail in a future timeline episode. A banner reads, 2026, the year the game changed. People interpret this as hinting at a major league restructure, a new national rule, a sports scandal, or new AI technology in refereeing and scoring. Considering how rapidly sports, tech, and safety rules are evolving, the idea of a massive shift in 2026 feels strangely plausible. In several future-based episodes, Springfield becomes almost empty. People leave in large numbers, seeking better opportunities elsewhere. The show references mass migration, job shortages, rising living costs, urban decline, and a shrinking workforce. Analysts today predict that by 2026, remote work will be normalized. People will continue leaving expensive states. New regions will grow rapidly. Major cities may face population drops. Again, The Simpsons hinted at this decades earlier. For all the chaos The Simpsons predict, there is always one underlying message. America survives. America adapts. America rebuilds. Whether it's political chaos, economic strain, technological transformation, or social division, the show always ends with Americans finding a way to move forward. The Simpsons don't predict doom. They predict change. And change is exactly what 2026 may bring. So, after looking at all these predictions, some strange, some funny, some terrifying, what do you think? Is 2026 going to be a year of breakthroughs, a year of challenges, or a year where The Simpsons once again shockingly predict the future? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive into The Simpsons 2026 predictions, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, because we bring you the most mysterious, most shocking, and most fascinating stories every single week. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay aware. And remember, sometimes the truth hides in the strangest places, even in a cartoon.